There's a special group of people in Rochester who go out of their way to help others. They're the volunteers at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Rochester, and their dedication to the organization and the families it serves, it's unwavering.
News 10 NBC's Emily Putnam sat down with one volunteer who's been on board since the very beginning.
Just when you think you couldn't possibly be more inspired by the kids and families at the Ronald McDonald House, then you meet the volunteers. The longtime volunteer that I met is often the first person to tell families that they have a safe place to stay at the Ronald McDonald House. Carla Levant has been volunteering with the Ronald McDonald House from the very beginning. As a social worker with the Golisano Children's Hospital, Carla meets families at some of the most difficult moments of their lives.
Lots of times for the families that live at a distance, being able to avoid the commute home, to avoid the gas expense, to be able to be here so that if the hospital calls, you could run back across the street and be able to support your child. It makes a world of difference, especially when I can say to a family, their first question to me is often, well, how much is it going to cost me? And to be able to say there's no expense.
And when families hear that it won't cost them anything to be close to their child,
well, there's often tears. I mean, they're already struggling with one of the worst moments you could possibly imagine in your life. And to be able to tell somebody that when you head to the Ronald McDonald House tonight, there's going to be someone who's going to welcome you and make sure that you get a good meal and make sure that you're comfortable at night. The amount of relief that those families feel is really tremendous.
Before the Ronald McDonald House, there weren't many options for families traveling long distances for care in Rochester.
There was no place for families to stay. We had families that would often sleep in their cars because they wanted to be at least close to the hospital.
The people that Carla connects to the Ronald McDonald House find much more than a place to rest and do their laundry. They find a family.
To meet families here and understand that you're not alone in that path, that other people are walking it the same as you are, and sharing notes about how you were able to cope and what works for them and what might work for you, and comparing notes and getting mutual support. It makes a world of difference for families when they realize that they're not alone.
When families are able to be together, find a community that's going through the same thing, and lean on each other for support, Carla thinks it actually tends to shorten the length of stay at the hospital and in the house. You'll see live coverage of Be a Hero Day all day tomorrow. We'll bring you updates on how much we're raising starting at 5:30 a.m. on News 10 NBC today. All the info you need to donate is on WHEC.com.